Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. I'm so glad you can join me here today. As we set into 2025 full-fledged now, we basically use this time of the year to goal set, to think about what we want out of the next year, 2025, the year that we just embarked on. We try to make sure we stick to our plans, get new habits, do things that will make us better people, better individuals, better human beings, better siblings, better parents, etc. So basically we're trying to make ourselves the best version of ourselves that we can through the beginning of the year, so that we can set ourselves in motion and do the things we need to do. For example, if you look at the gyms in January are always full. I went to the gym a couple of days ago and it was very full. Obviously January is probably the month where gyms are always full all over the world probably. And then it goes downhill after that. They say 80% of your habits or new things, goals that you set, go down by February, because people have this motivation, the spark of motivation, but then it's very hard to maintain it. Anyway, so that's in terms of goal setting. We obviously set up goals and do things for the current year. And one of the things that I wanted to set up for 2025 was I wanted to look at life in a different way. Until last year, I just breezed through life and I just took things as they came. I complained a lot about my lot in life. I've been handed some cards in my life, and I'm not happy with the cards I've been handed. So I would complain about why I had this card and the other person has another card. Why didn't I get his card and he has my card, right? Or even if he doesn't have my card, why can't I have his card and live the life that he's living, whereas I have to struggle and suffer and slave away in a different way where he doesn't have to. But anyways, I've been thinking a lot about this whole concept of complaining and comparing ourselves to other people and being unlucky, if you want to call it that I wasn't lucky enough to be born to a rich family. I wasn't lucky enough to grow up in a wealthy household. I wasn't lucky enough to go to a private school. I wasn't lucky enough. All of these things that we complain about and compare ourselves to people above us, not to people below us, obviously. So there's to people above us. So while I was thinking about this, I came across a concept. I came across this concept a few months ago, actually, and I think I need to think more about it. But I think this concept will have the power of changing lives. I honestly believe it can change lives. This concept is called reality transurfing. So reality transurfing is a book written by Zeland. I mean, if you read the book, it's a thick book. I haven't read the book. I just read a summary of the book because it's an encyclopedia. But I think the concepts there are phenomenal. As I said, I think they have the power to change lives, because essentially what Zeland is talking about is that his theory is that we have the choice and we have the power to control our life, to change our life. We can control reality transurfing. We can change reality based on what we want. So there are four steps that he talks about. The first step is, he says that there are multiple realities, not just one. And essentially what I get from that is that the life I'm living now is just one reality. I, Kumail, could be living a different life altogether here, and a different life there, and a different life there. Just by the choices I can make, I can create a different reality. There are multiple versions of Kumail currently in this world. And the fact that I'm in this current reality doesn't mean that I'm stuck here. I can move across whenever I want, if I want, right? If I'm going to put the work in it. The second step says people can access greater free will by reducing the importance they place on ideas, objects, and societal norms, right? So we are so stuck in the way we think, like everything has to work in a certain way because why? Our parents say that they have to work this way. Society said I have to work this way. We were told as we were growing up that this is how it's supposed to be. It's just the way it is. There's a really good book by Paul Millard. I don't have it here. Actually, I have it here. It's called The Pathless Path. Paul Millard. So Paul Millard was a consultant, and he left his full-time job without even having a plan of what to do, because he was just sick and tired of working the rat race, and he knew his life meant more, so he just left it, and then he went on a journey to discover what it is that he needs to discover. But society told him he's stupid. Like, why would you leave a perfectly high paying job to nothing if you don't even have a plan? Like, are you out of your mind? But he wasn't, right? He was reality surfing. He knew that there are multiple realities, and he didn't like the reality he was in currently. And he made an active choice. I mean, that is a bold move to make, and all kudos to him, because most of us would be scared to make such a move. We have mortgages to pay, we have families to support, we have this to do and that to do. There are always excuses. And I mean, if something doesn't move us, then it wasn't important enough as it is in the first place. If it's important enough, then change will happen. It is guaranteed change will happen, because you will make it happen. And reality transurfing is all about the fact that this can happen. All right, step 3. So step 3 says people can manifest what they want by becoming clear about it and knowing that it is theirs to have. Now, this is where the power happens. Manifesting is such a strong and powerful tool. So I am manifesting myself to be a strong and confident speaker who can stand in front of 20,000 people without flinching. He can stand in front of a crowd and give a keynote speech at the best keynote speech that he has ever given in his life without flinching, because I have manifested myself to be able to do that. Even though I'm an introvert, I'm shy, I'm nervous, I'm scared. But if you manifest, you can achieve things that people would never ever be able to achieve them in their wildest imagination. And for me, I am manifesting that 2025 will be the greatest year ever, even if it isn't. Though, because I've manifested, it will be, right? Even if it wasn't going to be, but now that I've manifested, it is going to be, right? So I'm going to say 2025 is going to be the best year of my life, because I'm manifesting my reality and reality transurfing. And I'm saying that there's multiple realities, and the reality I have currently is not the one I want, but the one that I want is out there, and I'm going to get it. Whatever it is that you're looking for. For me, it's be able to develop self-confidence and to be able to be to be a charismatic and established speaker who can motivate people, who can help people in their journeys in life, because I've gone through a journey in my life and I want to help other people to go through a journey. It doesn't really matter what it is, right? As long as you reality transurf. For example, if I'm an accountant, right? So if you want to become, I don't know, CFO, right? So Chief Financial Officer, which is like probably the best title you can get in the accounting world. I can reality transurf myself to becoming the greatest CFO ever. I'm not there yet, right? But I'm manifesting myself to become that person. And you know what? By manifesting it, when someone tells you something, if you tell someone something so many times, they eventually start believing it. Now imagine how powerful that is when you start telling yourself that I am great, I am amazing, I can do this. You can change lives through this. You can change lives. And then the 4th step is people can navigate reality in a way that shifts them to a desired timeline. So again, all about, there are multiple realities. You have the power to change yourself from the reality you are in currently to the reality you're going to go to. And I think it's such a powerful tool, because people who are stuck in a rut, you just think, wow, like, how? I was just listening to a podcast a few days ago, where the podcaster Lewis Howes, I believe, he's written a book called The Greatest Mindset. He had interviewed a 93-year-old woman called Edith. Edith was part of the Auschwitz concentration camp in Germany during World War II. So what happened was she was, I believe she was in Poland or in Germany, I'm not sure. Anyways, wherever she was, a 16-year-old girl, she was getting ready to, she's just gotten dressed, she was getting ready for her date to come and take her for a date. And as there's a knock on the door. As she opens the door, guards come in and get the whole family. And within hours, her parents are killed. And she's taken to a concentration camp. And then because they find out that she's a dancer or whatever, they make her dance in front of in front of all the prison guards. And you know what she does? She changes reality. So while she's dancing in front of the prison guards, she's imagining herself in Budapest or wherever else. She's dancing in a blue dress, uh, standing next to people who are people who are cheering her on, and the prison guards. She imagined them as prisoners. That's how powerful reality is. And so she turned a situation that is so bleak and so demeaning into something that is so powerful and so mesmerizing and so captivating for her, that you start enjoying that moment. Even though you are suffering, you can suffer through the pain, and you can go through the pain. But when you transcend your reality and you transurf your reality, you create things that are just phenomenal. You can change your life through this. Now, I've been very interested in this concept when I found this concept out a few months ago. I want to read more about it. I want to understand more of how we can change our reality and live in a different dimension to the dimension we're currently living in. And because I think once you change that, you can change your life in a way that I don't know, it just your life becomes more comprehensive, more holistic, and you live the life that you want to live, not the life that others have forced you to live. Because essentially society and culture and everything else have boxed you into a certain life that might not be the life you want to live. So what's stopping you from living the life you want to live? What's stopping me from living the life I want to live? And that's where reality transurfing comes in, and you create that reality that you want. So while I was researching this and reading about this, I recently came across a book called The Luck Factor by Richard Wiseman. I haven't read the book. I've just ordered the book, and the book is due to arrive in a couple of days, hopefully. And I'm very, very excited to just start diving into that book. So Wiseman's theory is that the people who believe that they are lucky are luckier than the people who believe that they're not lucky. Let's unpack that. The people who believe, let me repeat that again. The people who believe that they're lucky tend to be luckier than the people who don't believe that they're lucky. I don't think that's circumstances or fate, or that's basically attracting your luck to yourself because you believe you're lucky. There was a study done where people were supposed to count the images in a newspaper, but on the second page of the newspaper, there was in bold saying a bold caption saying there are 42 images in this newspaper. The people who believed that they were lucky actually found that in page 2 and said there were 42 images. The people who didn't believe that they were lucky ended up counting the images, and sometimes they made a mistake of the number of images there were. But that's because you basically manifest your reality into yourself. If you manifest towards yourself that you are living a great life, the best life you can live, 2025 will be the best year ever. Do you know what? It will be the best year ever. It will be the best year ever that you've ever lived. You'll achieve things that you've never ever achieved beyond your wildest imaginations because you believed that was the case. But if you believe 2025 is going to be a meh year, I mean, like, nothing's going to happen, it's going to be a crap year, I don't know, just horrible, terrible year, I don't know what's going to happen. Do you know what? Nothing's going to happen. You're going to regress. I mean, internally, I feel, as I was saying those words, I could feel a change in my energy inside, because I felt like, I don't feel as great. But when I start saying 2025 is going to be the best year ever, I'm going to do everything I've ever wanted to do in my life, I can feel that energy within myself. And do you know what? That energy is what is going to drive me to look for what I need to look for and achieve the goals and reality I want to achieve. The reality transurfing, changing my fate as it may. Because essentially, we are the masters of our fate and the captains of our soul. It is up to us to direct our lives, not anyone else. Don't blame everyone else. I can blame my parents for the childhood that I had, because I did not get the things that I needed, the attention I needed, the support I needed to become the man I should become today. I can blame my school for not giving me enough education and not pointing me in the right direction. I can blame my siblings, my spouses. I can blame everyone. But you know what? You and me are the only ones who can make changes for our lives. It is our life, right? And we are responsible for making changes for our lives. So if we can't be bothered, or if we are too scared to change our lives, then you know what? No one's going to come and save you. I'm sorry to say, but no one's coming to save me. And I've accepted this reality. No one is coming to save me and hold my hand and tell me this is what you need to do. It's not going to happen. If it does, then amazing. I'm really grateful. I don't think it's going to, because I have to take the action. And you know what? I strongly believe that once you take the action, you know what? People are going to come and find you. You make that action, people will come and find you. Even this YouTube channel, for example, for me was a big thing last year when I started this. I mean, it's not something I would have wanted to do. It's way out of my comfort zone. It's not something I enjoy doing. But I thought, let's do it. Let's see how it goes, because I found it challenging, and I'll just do it. And do you know what? It's been all right. It's been all right. It's been good, because even if no one watches it, I feel like I'm doing a service to myself by penning my thoughts in this cloudiverse, multiverse, in the cloud, in YouTube. And maybe years down the line, someone might find something and might be useful for someone, and I'm happy with that, right? It can be an eternal thing, but I'm happy to be able to do that, and I'm happy that I took that step. But you have to take the step to be able to find what you need to find. So, in summary, all I wanted to say was 2025 is going to be the best year ever for myself and for you and for everyone else around, because I believe that if you believe it will be your best year, it will be your best year. And I strongly believe that I will have the best year ever. So here's to a great 2025. I'm looking forward to all the challenges, all the trials, the tribulations, all the highs and the lows, the triumphs, the successes, because everything is part and parcel of the journey. Even the hard times are part and parcel of the journey, and the easy times are also part and parcel of the journey. They're just as important. The hard times are just as important. Difficult times are just as important, because it teaches you resilience and grit. It makes you the man you need to become, or the woman you need to become. So that's it for me for this week. I hope you try and inculcate these thoughts and ideas by making 2025 as the best year that you've ever lived. By creating a reality, transurfing the reality, and trying to do things that will help you towards that progress. Because once you start believing it, eventually you will start taking steps, and that's what will make changes. So it's not just about believing it, because just believing it and sitting and doing nothing won't make a difference. But it's all about believing it, and then because your heart is open, things will present themselves, and then when opportunities come, you grab them, because as a famous Arabic saying says, opportunities are like clouds. Once they're gone forever. They're lost forever. So grab at them and take them, and that's what I'll do. So I'm manifesting 2025 as the best year ever, and then when the opportunities present themselves, I will grab them and then manifest myself into the reality I want to manifest myself into. So I wish you all a great 2025. I hope you have the best year ever, and until next time, I'll see you soon.